Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Gauri Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manvabhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swadadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhutir Mahadev Yai Ma Puru Vivo Nirmaya Sete Yadamashu Purusha Bhunte Gunan Sodasa Sodasa Atmaka Solanka Sister Bhagavan Vachansi Solanka Sister Bhagavan Vachansi Solanka Sister Bhagavan Vachansi Akila Jagadaguru Vachanasi Ama Alankrita Karibara Shamatatuma Tava Kripa Hoy Morakata Shankar Hoy Suniya Sabara Sokam Kajaguti Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayati Girim Yakapata Malvande Shri Gurandi Natadini Mokir Bhavya Mansir Ullasa Doshami Mahadama Karunita Das Hare Krishna. So welcoming all of you for this special lecture on memories and glories of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Swami Maharaj. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Iti Namani Prabhupada Sahityam Yah Prakasha Vitriyascha Pracharam Kritavan Sadhu Bhagavad Namaha. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Swami Maharaj, his life, teachings, and his qualities and pastimes emphasizes one is important aspect of Krishna consciousness, which Lord Sri Krishna in 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita quotes as the 20 elements of knowledge, of which Srila Prabhupada says the most important is Acharya Upasana. Acharya means one who teaches by their action. Is Acharya. Upa means near, asana means sitting. Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, if we see his lifetime, before appearance, like we say, जीवन के साथ और जीवन के बाद, जीवन से पहले, जीवन के साथ और जीवन के बाद, केवल प्रभुपाद जी के नजदीक रहे। प्रभुपाद जी का जन्म, the birth, the auspicious appearance of Prabhupada is on Navami, Bhadramas, Krishna Paksh, Navami, after Janma Ashtami. Then after that is Dasmi. Then after that is Ekadashi. And that's the auspicious appearance of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Yeah.
So it's right from his appearance, is very close to Srila Prabhupada. Because our success in spiritual life is we be close to the Acharya, that is Srila Prabhupada. So Acharya Upasana. August 14th, 1944, Delhi is the place where Srila Prabhupada struggled a lot. And Delhi is the place where His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj appeared, close to Srila Prabhupada. And throughout his life, he was close and close and close to Srila Prabhupada. Till his last breath, he was connected to Srila Prabhupada by his teachings, by his action, by his dedication, by his service. And the last service was in Dehradun, Devbhumi, Uttarakhand. The capital of Uttarakhand is Dehradun, and he finished his pastime there in service of Srila Prabhupada, where a temple, a land for a temple was purchased, and the Bhumi Puja, the foundation, was done. Once that project was offered to Prabhupada in the name of ISKCON, His Holiness finishes pastime. 5th of May 2024. From August 14th, 1944, Delhi, to 5th of May 2024, Dehradun. Almost 28,000 days of pastime. Just he exemplifies the aspect Acharya Upasana, just close to Prabhupada, close to Prabhupada, close to Prabhupada. By following a leader, one becomes a leader. By following Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada become a leader. By following Prabhupada, the founder Acharya Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj become a leader. By following an Acharya, one becomes an Acharya. So His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was born in a very opulent Punjabi family. And his pastime is very close to Prabhupada's pastimes. Like Prabhupada's mother said that, I want a son, and she did a lot of austerities to many demigods. Similarly, Gurudev's mother also said, I want a son. And since he was born very close to Janmashtami, his mother gave him a name, Gopal Krishna. His father is from the defense background, from Navy. So they are from the Punjabi Khanna families. So right from childhood, he was in many places, Delhi, Kochi, wherever the Bombay, because as a naval officer, they have to have a tenure in one place. But throughout his life, he was focused in his studies. His mother was a very strong believer of Arya Samaj also. At one time, she is also the head of Arya Samaj in Mumbai. So it's a pious family. It's a pious family, and and right from his childhood, he was very studious. Like Srila Prabhupada had sisters, he had two sisters. He had elders, Prabhupada had an elder and a younger sister, so he had an elder and a younger sister. Almost all the pastimes are very, very similar because Gurudev is close to Prabhupada, Acharya to Asan. That is a very important factor. We should understand and we should try to imbibe in our life. So he was not living Prabhupada. He was so focused in his studies that he used to do well in his studies, top, he got scholarship. Then he went to Montreal and Paris for further management post-graduation, and he got his management degrees in Paris and Montreal double. He was double MBA. And he got job in the most prestigious Pepsi Cola as a research analyst. Believe it or not, today for such a lucrative post, a monthly salary would be, I understand the monthly salary should be somewhere around 50 lakhs. Believe it or not, when he met Srila Prabhupada, he handed over the money in Canada. He handed over the money to Srila Prabhupada. This is money. Prabhupada said, take some money for your family. He said, I don't have family. For your mother. He said, they are well off. So we can understand at the age of 27 or 28, if is a person from India is in Canada and is getting a salary of 50 lakhs and is a research analyst, what kind of pride one will be having? But because he is from a pious background, he was very humble, down to the earth, and handed over to Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada. Because that was a culture taught to him. His sisters used to come to see him, and they used to say, let's go for Leaning Tower of Pisa, let's go to the great Nigeria Fall. But he said, somehow, he was not interested in all these things because he was focused in his work and studies. He said, what is there to see that waterfall, Nigeria waterfall? People go because it's one of the wonders of nature. He said, just open the tap, waterfalls. So what's so great about it? He was not interested in this. So that means he is not, right from the beginning, he was not interested in this glamour of this material world. Srila Prabhupada in 1968 had to come to Canada because his visa in USA, America got over. So to renew that, he required some time. He has to come out of America. So he came to Canada, and that's where His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Since he is from a Punjabi background, he had that nature of doing service. In Punjab, in Gurdwara, there is a service called as Kar Seva. not car seva, sarkar seva, hand seva. And they, wealthy Punjabis, they, with the hands, they pick the shoes and they do a lot of service in Gurdwara. So, devotees saw Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and they saw the day he came, he was in his pants and shoes, but because from his background, he was paying obeisance to all the photos, whether it's Prabhupada photo, whether it's Gaur-Nitai photo or all the photos in the temple. Nobody from that background paid obeisances because they just used to pay obeisance to Prabhupada and Gaur-Nitai. But he paid obeisance. They were observing, who is he? And they said that, wow, ISKCON Canada, Montreal, devotees of wow, he looks to be a very rich man. Let us take donation. So they noted his name and said that give us donation, and he had his telephone number. Those days mobiles were not there. And they kept track of him. And on 30th of May 1968, they call him, say that, please come, because our spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is coming. We request you can render some service, because they had the contact number. And because he came, because he was from that background, his mother had taught him, this has to be done. He came and said, what is the service? He said that this is our Gurudev's room and your service is to clean it. And believe it or not, for 4 hours he did that service. 1968, 31st of May. These dates are very important for all the disciples, because that is the day when he rendered first service for Prabhupada. And July 1st, 1968, then Srila Prabhupada comes. From that day till 5th of May 2024, he never left Prabhupada. He was close to Prabhupada. Acharya Asana. Before Prabhupada, he never met any sadhus. Before Prabhupada, he never met any Babajis. Before Prabhupada, he never met any Brajvasis. Prabhupada is the first Brajvasi, Prabhupada is the first sadhu, and Prabhupada is the first saint. Gurudev met and he gave his heart and life to him. He was convinced, I am in the right path. That was 31st of May, and June 1st, he met Prabhupada. And service till 5th of May 2024. So in this way, and he used to, for 3 months, every morning, Prabhupada used to give lectures, evening Prabhupada used to give lectures, and Gurudev used to attend very carefully. Listening carefully is the qualification of a disciple. Prabhupada noticed this boy, this Indian young man is listening very carefully. And that qualification is the qualification of every devotee and a disciple, listening carefully. And that was the qualification which Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur noticed. And in the year 1933, when he was being initiated, said, I know this boy listens very carefully. So that is the important qualification, and Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was also exhibiting that quality. He was listening carefully to Srila Prabhupada's lecture. All the old photos, if you see, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj is there and Prabhupada is there, you will see Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj must be intensely holding, praying and with folded hands must be observing Prabhupada's lotus feet. Many photos you will see there. You will see that. He, like I said, was very, very fixed up, and the amount of concentration he had, dedication he had for his education, now it was channelized to Srila Prabhupada's service. He was very serious, very meticulous in every service. And this quality in these 3 months Prabhupada saw. And there were times when the devotees in Canada were saying, you should wear dhoti and kurta. Then Gurudev went to Prabhupada, should I wear dhoti and kurta? He said, no. You are working, you wear pant and shirt. He had a very loving relation plus lot of over-reference also was observed. And an article came in the newspaper saying that a doctor in Canada came to a conclusion that there is something is still alive when the body is dead. And His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami immediately took that paper and showed it to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, I will talk to this doctor. And there is a lecture, there is an article, that article, Prabhupada says, yes, what you say is correct. There is something which is still alive when the body is dead. And that in the language of Bhagavad Gita scripture is called as Atma, the soul. And that article is there in the book by BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. It's called as Science of Self-Realization. In that book you will find that article. A letter to a scientist in Canada. So this, and in Canada, Srila Prabhupada, he did a lot of service for Prabhupada. And Gurudev always used to quote, Gopal Krishna Goswami always used to quote one incident where a Bengali gentleman used to always come, because he is also Bengali and Prabhupada is also from Bengal. And he, that gentleman was also aged and Prabhupada is also like in his 70 plus. So they should talk as friends in the evening. One day when there was a big gathering, there was lots of college students, the lecture was for 30 minutes and the lecture got over, Prabhupada said any question and this gentleman raised his hand and Prabhupada said he may be asking some nice question, but he shouted to utter belief of all the audience. Devotees were surprised. Every day he talks like friend, today he's shouting, why have you come here? Why are you trying to make these Christians into Hindus? What do you want from them? Prabhupada, you can understand what Prabhupada must have felt? Every day he is talking to me very nicely. Today in front of everybody he is shouting at me. But Prabhupada is a saint. He could understand. That person is disturbed, but I am not disturbed. So he kept his cool and he said, I have not come here to take anything. I have come to give what they could not take. That is the great heritage of Bharat, India, the spiritual culture and teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Everybody clapped. And that gentleman was not seen after that. And Prabhupada got his visa and Prabhupada called Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Gopal, call that Bengali gentleman. No, Prabhupada, he shouted at you. No. That was my karma. And for 3 days, Gurudev was searching, where is this gentleman? And he found and got him. So, after that, Gurudev rendered many services, and he had a quality that if he has a book, he will read the whole book till he finishes the book. He will not do anything else. So when Ishopanishad came, the Gurudev was closed his room and reading the book, and everybody said that Gopal Krishna Goswami is like, every day after prasadam he used to take the big bag of books and sell it and again come back. But now he was keeping his door closed and he was reading the book, studying the book. So everybody complained, he is not coming out for service. How can he how can we manage the temple? How can we manage the society? Srila Prabhupada said, don't worry. Today Gopal Krishna Goswami is, he said that don't worry about managing the society and temple. A day will come, Gopal Krishna will manage the whole society. And believe it or not, and when time to come, from 80s and 90s and 2010 and 20, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj really, he took charge of the whole society. He was the governing body commission, and any trouble in ISKCON, it was Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj has to. Any problem in ISKCON, it is Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj who has to sort it out. So, Prabhupada could see the qualities in him. Prabhupada also observed that Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj had a very good quality. He never blasphemed, he never criticized a devotee. He never committed an offense to any devotee. And he said, Gopal, this quality of you is very good. So in this way, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was very close. Seeing his good qualities, he was made in the GBC, the Governing Body Commission of the society. And it's not an easy thing. And also a trustee of Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. So in this way, Prabhupada, whatever Srila Prabhupada gave a task, right from finding that Bengali old gentleman till saying that in Delhi there should be at least 14 temples. Chippiwada, a temple where Prabhupada was staying, this should be in ISKCON. Gurudev, with his wonderful nature and dedication and hard work, he not only accomplished that, he accomplished making 14 plus 4, almost 18 to 19. I think the Rohini temple opening was the 19th one, and Dehradun was, so 19 temples in Delhi, and now more will come. And it's not an easy task to make temples where more than 200 crore rupees are required, and so much manpower is required, and so much management. He did it as if it's, but that shows the dedication. When his godbrothers started glorifying him on 6th of May, the Samadhi was on the 7th of May, Kavichandra Goswami Maharaj, GBC, he's saying that we can understand the amount of service he has done not only for the International Society for ISKCON, but the impact he has made in the world by the fact that after the departure, 5th May, around 9:30 in the morning, within 3 hours, the Prime Ministers, the President, the Chief Ministers of India, they started writing letter, a great soul has left. That shows the amount of impact he had made on the society. When his godbrother started speaking, they said that if we take all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, the number of temples, the number of books, the number of disciples and number of service he has done, his the topmost. Fundraising or books making or devotee making, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj is doing that. In ISKCON, the barometer or the thermometer for measuring success or service is that the number of books distributed, the number of disciple makes, or the funds. So in all this area, he is there. I think in making disciples, maybe Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is leading, but in temples and book distribution, Gopal Krishna. And next to, in making disciples, I think Jayapataka Maharaj, then next is Gopal Krishna. So it shows the dedication which he is doing. Bombay is the office of Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev is the GBC. Mayapur is the worship place of Gurudev, Prabhupada is the GBC. And Vrindavan is the home of Prabhupada, so it's the GBC. So Prabhupada, whatever service he made him a GBC, he was the GBC. And Prabhupada was made him the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust till the end. He was there. So in this way, he really exemplified the fact that being close to Prabhupada is a success. After taking sannyas and becoming a guru, he started making disciples. At one stage, the devotees said that the temples in East Africa, Kenya, Nairobi should be stopped. The services should be stopped and this temple can be given up. Because they were not able to manage the temple in East Africa, Kenya, Nairobi. Then Gurudev took a objection saying that this temple was opened by Prabhupada, the service in this temple should not stop. And Gurudev took over the service in East Africa. And today the temple is booming like anything. Devotees are coming, books are being distributed, and lots and lots of funds are coming from that place and Prabhupada, and they are contributing to big projects in Mayapur. So he really took the service very seriously. Delhi, temples were opened, disciples were made, and the good quality of a spiritual master is that we say Vach Vega, Mansakrodha Vega. He has got we can see that he is so fixed up in his service that even if he comes from flight from USA at 2 o'clock in the night, 4 o'clock he will get up and he will be in the altar in Ras Bihari and doing his arati. He never missed any of his Mangal Aartis. Last 6 months due to health issues, otherwise never. And the whole day he is doing service. Not that in the afternoon we may take rest also, but whole day. Until evening, 11 o'clock, there are programs, and again morning, 4 o'clock, is there for the altar. So much so that he was so engrossed in that when in November 4th, 2023, when his health was very bad, the doctors told he cannot. There was an operation done, and he was almost. It was midnight, around 11 o'clock in the night, or 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the night, and he was pumped with many kind of injections to keep his body. It was impossible that he can be awake, but in that, the video came out, his servant took out, Gurudev is doing Mangal Aarti. He is doing Mangal Aarti. That is when he is sleeping, His eyes is closed, but his left hand is ringing a bell and blowing a conch. Now doing the first item, which is agarbatti, and the second item is panchadeepa, and third item is the sconch with water. Fifth item is the deep. So then he had a special way of offering the chamar, and that also. That video became viral. Many of you must have seen it. Who all saw that? Yeah, many of them. While sleeping, any of us have done that? No, that shows the intensity with which he is in love with Krishna. So, in 80s, Gurudev's health was very bad. It was almost that he was about to leave his body. So devotees were praying. One of the disciples, Urmila Devi, she said that, okay, I'll show my Gurudev's birth chart to the Jyotish. So the Jyotish saw that and he said that this birth chart indicates he is a great personality, and it shows that he is going to build 1008 temples. At that time, it was almost 96 and he was going for the first temple, that is the Radha Parthasarathi temple, but his health was almost that he's about to leave the body. And the disciple Urmila Devi was thinking, here Gurudev has not even completed one temple, but his chart is saying 1008 temples. And believe it or not, he got well and he started making temple after temple, temple after temple, temple after temple. Nairobi, these, that, and almost he did many, more than I think 200. Nobody in ISKCON must have done so much temples. So many temples. ISKCON Mira Road, we have Bhaktivedanta Hospital. When he comes to Mira Road Temple, he goes to Bhaktivedanta Hospital. They have a Ayurvedic doctor, and the Ayurvedic doctor is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radhanath Maharaj's disciple. And he is a gold medalist in Ayurveda, and he once was testing the Nas Nadi. So he says that when you check the pulse, in ordinary people, there are two pulses, Ganga and Saraswati, which is active. For a great saintly personality, those who are meditating for more than 50,000 years, their Saraswati pulse, Nadi, becomes active. But when he checked, he could see all the three pulses are active. So after checking that, he did not tell anything. Next day, he was telling others, what is he meditating on? He is meditating on Srila Prabhupada's instructions to him and Prabhupada's teachings. Build 14 temples. So he did that. That is dedication. That is Acharya Upasana. So in this way, Gurudev, as a spiritual master, he was very careful. He never, with his words, gave instructions or orders or hurt anybody. If he wants to say somebody is going a little fat, he will say that you are becoming very, very healthy. So it happened in front of me. He said, no, Gurudev, he is becoming fat. No, I'm saying. So the disciple also feels, he understands now, but he doesn't feel hurt. So he had such control over his, this thing. Such a control over the thing. And he is always happy to see disciples be happy. It was a small meeting, and she said, Gurudev, I want Brahman initiation. Shravan Shakti Mataji is her name. So, while she was sitting, she was about to pay a visit, says Gurudev, I want Brahmin initiation, and it was a meeting where temple committee was there and Gurudev was sitting. One of the committee members shouted, "This is not the way, this is not the etiquette that you come and between the meeting and say that you want initiation. This is not the etiquette. You cannot get Brahmin initiation. Go out of this room." That lady, her jaw came down. She was, the excitement and love with which she came, it turned into like solid sorrow. Gurudev saw that and immediately he said a word, "I know this, Mataji. What to speak of Brahman initiation? She is fit for sannyas initiation." Jai Gurudev! She jumped. So Gurudev has that solid skill of making people happy also. He wants to see the devotees happy and also is very good. So, and we can see one that in Gurudev there is wonderful mixture of being a good manager as well as a teacher. Usually one is a good preacher but not a manager, but is a manager and a preacher. We find that one is Goshtanandi and one is Bhajananandi. But we see Gurudev as a Bhajananandi and a Goshtanandi. So as Gurudev, as a spiritual master, he did his service to Prabhupada. As the governing body commission, he did his service to Prabhupada. As the BBT trustee, he did his service to Prabhupada. Whatever Prabhupada wanted, he did it. And 5th May 2024, he showed us with his live teachings, pastimes, qualities, that Acharya Upasana is the secret of success. And he made his life successful, gone back home, back to God. For the disciples, individually and collectively, Gurudev expects that all of us should be happy in Krishna consciousness, not leave ISKCON and serve ISKCON. Wherever we are, Sydney, Singapore, Gurudev will expect that go to the local temple, not as guest, but as a servant, doing some service, do something for the project, not as a guest. Individually, each disciple should be happy in Krishna consciousness, chant 16 rounds attentively, read Prabhupada books, render services, and collectively cooperate, adjust, don't leave ISKCON. This is what Gurudev expects from all of us. So, as disciples, we should take the lesson that Gurudev wants us to be close to Prabhupada. Let us be close to Prabhupada by studying, reading his books, distributing his books, chant 16 rounds, not to leave ISKCON, and be lovingly connected with the main ISKCON string. Cooperate, be happy, and bring glories to Prabhupada and Gurudev. Srila Prabhupada ki, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki, Nithai Gaur Hari Premanande.
His Holiness Madhvani Swami Maharaj ki.
Just stop recording कर दे. Otherwise give answer. I give it. Live is on. There is a cross.
Okay. Any questions?